रमता यह सुंदर मन राधे या बोल सीताराम मन बदले राधे या बोल सीताराम जिनके दिल में दर्द दान बरमान है जो किसी के दम को बाटे इंसान है बेसहारा का सहारा जो यहाँ बन जाता है मसीहाओं में मसीहा बस वही कहलाता है दुनिया वीर और मीराबाई वीर और मीराबाई बनना मेरा बेटा या बोल सीताराम मेरा बेटा या बोल सीताराम या बोल किनारों को बदले बन जाते मन मेरा बेटा या बोल सीताराम मन मेरा बेटा या बोल सीताराम
करे प्रभु का भजन धीरे धीरे
करे प्रभु का भजन धीरे धीरे सवाले प्रभु
जीवन तुम्हारा करेगा तुमको
मन
मुश्किल नहीं है
कोई काम दुनिया में मुश्किल नहीं है
कोई काम दुनिया में
मुश्किल नहीं है मुश्किल नहीं है तेरा होगे जन्म धीरे धीरे जो करते रहोगे जन्म धीरे धीरे जो करते रहोगे जन्म धीरे धीरे लगाए प्रभु से जन्म धीरे धीरे लगाए प्रभु से जन्म धीरे धीरे
दीप प्रज्वलन। समय है 10 बजने में 8 मिनट समय बाकी है। अभी दीप प्रज्वलन नहीं होगा, समय से होगा।
चलिए एक दो भजन और लीजिए, 8 मिनट बाकी है अभी समय
जी।
अब अपने शुरू कीजिएगा, रुकना क्या है, आप भी शुरू कर सकते हैं।
मेरे मालिक मुझे तूने, मेरे मालिक मुझे तूने सब कुछ दिया है।
तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मेरे मालिक मुझे तूने सब कुछ दिया है।
तेरा शुक्रिया
तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया
तेरी नजरों का इशारा न होता तो दुनिया में कोई हमारा न होता।
अगर तेरी नजरों का इशारा न होता
तो दुनिया में कोई
हमारा न होता।
अगर तेरी नजरों का इशारा न होता,
अगर तेरी नजरों का इशारा न होता
दुनिया कोई
हमारा न होता।
तुझे तूने जीने के,
तुझे तूने जीने के ताज
तूने जीने के,
तूने जीने के ताज दिया है। तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मालिक मुझे तूने सब कुछ दिया है। तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है।
हे दुख भंजन मारो तन तन,
हे दुख भंजन मारुत नंदन,
लो
मेरी पुकार पवन सुनबीती, बारंबार पवन
कभी ऐसी
बारंबार। हे दुख भंजन मारुत नंदन, हे दुख भंजन मारुत नंदन, सुन लो मेरी पुकार पवन सुनबीती, बारंबार सुनबीती।
संचालक महोदय श्री लक्ष्मीकांत जी, अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ। संचालक महोदय,
Thank you for offering me opportunity of anchoring.
यस समय हो चुका है।
Thank you very much
ओके
for offering me the
भजन स्टॉप करवाया जाए, भजन रुकवाया जाए।
anchoring. I Acharya Lakshmikant. Welcome to
दीप प्रज्वलन शुरू किया जाए।
जी जी
मातृ प्रणाम 1 2 3।
ऑनरेबल एंकर महोदय।
थैंक यू वेरी मच भैया बहन ऑफ लक्ष्मी नगर, आचार्य जी, दीदी जी एवं प्रधानाचार्य जी फॉर reciting so sweet Vandana. It is said, well begin is half done. Honorable Principal of Kishanganj, Sri Shambhu Saran Tiwari ji, to introduce all of us with the Honorable Trainer and the chairperson of the second session, Pradhanacharya ji, Sri Shambhu Saran Tiwari ji. Please, Pradhanacharya ji, Shambhu Saran Tiwari ji, kindly introduce all of us.
प्रधानाचार्य जी अनम्यूट कीजिए, आप खुद से अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं, आप को होस्ट हैं।
आवाज जा रही है?
जी गुरुजी, आ रही है।
जी जी आ रही है,
अच्छा।
आ रही है प्रधान जी।
आज के इस कार्यक्रम के निमित्त वंदना में उपस्थित और कार्यक्रम के निमित्त जितने भी पदाधिकारी उपस्थित हैं, भैया बहन, आचार्य बंधु भगिनी, सबों का हार्दिक अभिनंदन, स्वागत। परिचय के औपचारिक क्रम में आज वंदना सभा का संचालन भागेश्वरी वैद्यनाथ सरस्वती विद्या मंदिर लक्ष्मी नगर सीतामढ़ी में संपन्न हुआ और वहां के माननीय अध्यक्ष श्री राम नारायण राय जी आज के वंदना सभा के मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में उपस्थित रहे। उनके द्वारा दीप प्रज्वलन एवं पुष्पार्चन का कार्य संपादित हुआ। साथ में वहां के प्रधानाचार्य, वरिष्ठ प्रधानाचार्य श्री रविंद्र पांडे जी भी सहयोग में उपस्थित रहे। आज के इस कार्यक्रम की पूरे कार्यक्रम की अध्यक्षता जिनके द्वारा संपादित हो रही है, आप माननीय क्षेत्रीय सचिव विद्या भारती बिहार श्री मुकेश नंदन जी, और आप वर्षों से आचार्य, प्रधानाचार्य, विभाग निरीक्षक और झारखंड जो विद्या विकास समिति है उसके भी माननीय सचिव का दायित्व निर्वहन कर रहे हैं और अपने जो आधारभूत विषय है योग, उसमें भी आपकी दक्षता है। आज के इस वर्ग में प्रशिक्षक का दायित्व जो निर्वहन करेंगे आप हैं प्राध्यापक श्री फूल कुमार झा जी, RVGR कॉलेज महाराजगंज में आप हैं पदस्थापित, और आज आपके सानिध्य में हम सब टीचिंग टेक्निक या आंग्ल भाषा का कैसे हम विकास कर सके इस दृष्टि से प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त करेंगे। विशिष्ट अतिथि के रूप में आज अपने बीच जो उपस्थित हैं, अपने माननीय प्रदेश सचिव लोक शिक्षा समिति बिहार श्री नकुल कुमार शर्मा जी, जिनके निर्देशन में हम सबों का कार्य यशस्वी हो रहा है। और आप भी सौभाग्य का विषय ये है कि आप हमारे विद्या भारती के ही पूर्व छात्र रहे हैं। आचार्य, प्रधानाचार्य, शारीरिक प्रमुख, क्षेत्र स्तर तक और विभाग निरीक्षक, संप्रति आप प्रदेश सचिव का दायित्व निर्वहन कर रहे हैं। आज अपने विशिष्ट अतिथि के रूप में माननीय पूर्व क्षेत्रीय सचिव विद्या भारती बिहार सरस्वती के वरद पुत्र श्री दिलीप कुमार झा जी का भी विशिष्ट अतिथि के रूप में स्वागत है और आपका भी मार्गदर्शन हमें मिलेगा। ये पूरे कार्यक्रम का मार्गदर्शन जिनके निर्देशन में हो रहा है, आप माननीय विभाग निरीक्षक मुजफ्फरपुर विभाग श्री ललित कुमार राय जी, और इस कार्यक्रम का संचालन जिनके द्वारा हो रहा है सरस्वती विद्या मंदिर, सरस्वती नगर, रिंग बांध, भवदेवपुर, सीतामढ़ी के वरिष्ठ आचार्य श्री लक्ष्मीकांत झा जी, और धन्यवाद ज्ञापन का काम आज संपादित होगा सरस्वती विद्या मंदिर मोतीबाग किशनगंज के आचार्य श्री शशिकांत चौधरी जी। कार्यक्रम के प्रमुख के नाते अपने सरस्वती महावीरी सरस्वती विद्या मंदिर विजय हाता सिवान के वरिष्ठ आचार्य श्री प्रवीण चंद्र मिश्र जी हैं, और कार्यक्रम सहायक प्रमुख के नाते सरस्वती विद्या मंदिर बरवत सेना बेतिया के वरिष्ठ आचार्य श्री लखींद्र कुमार सिंह जी हैं। और ये सारे कार्यक्रम आज संपादित हो रहा है, हम दूर होते हुए भी एक हैं, एक दूसरे को देख रहे हैं। इसमें महती भूमिका जो निर्वहन कर रहे हैं तकनीकी के दृष्टि से, तकनीकी संचालन के दृष्टि से आचार्य श्री रंजन जी फार्मिसगंज से, और आचार्य श्री शशांक द्विज जी मुजफ्फरपुर से, और आचार्य अखिलेश जी प्रतापगढ़ से। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thanks a lot, Pradhanacharya ji. From the core of my heart, I express once again thanks for you.
एंकर महोदय,
Now I request Honorable.
बगल वाले डिवाइस को म्यूट कीजिए, आवाज गूंज रही है आपकी, बगल वाले डिवाइस को म्यूट कीजिए।
Now I once again request Honorable Shri Phool Kumar Jha ji, Associate Professor, RVGR College, Maharajganj. I have heard a lot about you, a few sentences
इनको
about
कह
you.
दीजिए कि प्रदीप जी को कहीं कह देंगे।
I would like to share among our friends, our participants. You have been an expert teacher of communication, English, communicative English. You have written a lot of articles and your papers are used as references in the eminent institutions of our country. Sir, I know you hail from Madhubani, and in my opinion, Madhubani is the most fertile land in the sense of intellect. Sir, I would like today, we all would like today to have your guidance on the topic different facets and misconception tugged English language. Honorable Sir, I would invite you once again to guide us. Thanks.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Before I start my lecture, I would bring about your attention. Sir, full time. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir. Before I start my lecture, I got in touch with a student of mine to provide me some opportunity to modify the caption, the assignment already had given to me. Sir, for the last 30 years, I have been in this field, and what I have learned is that misconceptions are there. Most of the students, even the teachers, are molded with some false perceptions as far as English language, phonetics, grammar is concerned. Before I start, I would like to quote Swami Vivekananda. Education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. When he came back from America through Europe and came to India, he was invited at several places. And once he was provided a topic to have his opinion expressed, he was questioned to throw ample light on the Western education which has been given in our country. Sir, kindly pay attention to my words. What he said. He said, when a student is admitted to a school, the first thing he learns is that his father is a fool. The second thing he learns is that his teachers are hypocrites. And the third thing he learns is that his scriptures are liars. Sir, kindly brood over his statement. Okay. So first of all, I would like to throw an ample light with a very short span of time on the language. English claims to be the finest language of the world, no doubt. With the adoption of Macaulay's plan, English became the language of government, education, and advancement in pre-independence era. And since independence, it became the de facto of the aristocratic society and the government officials. So, I know not exactly as to what purpose I fail to make out as to what purpose politics would serve. I fail to make out. I know not exactly as to why so much stress is imposed or laid upon the students to enrich his phonetic skill. Anyhow. So, language, we all are well acquainted with the fact, is a means of communication. But apart from that, language is associated with our own identity, with our tradition, rich heritage, culture, and so many things. Languages of different kinds. And to make the students acquainted with this very language is our sheer duty. So, language learning is an automatic process. Language learning is an automatic process. This is the plain dictum. The more one delves deep into the ocean, the more pearls he or she or one would get. The more you practice, the more you will have. This is the plain dictum. So, Sir Francis Bacon, who is considered to be the father of English prose, I would like to quote him. Reading serves for many purposes. Some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few are to be chewed and digested. Crafty men admire, crafty men condemn rather condemn the studies. General people, general men, simple men admire them. The wise people, the wise men use them. His own language is blistered with so many good qualities. One can't have the control, the knowledge of those things without going through his entire works. And it is very difficult, especially for the students' work. And here it is the duty of the teachers to train the students, to make them know all about his things. So, you might have heard a lot about Aristotle, a great philosopher. But his contribution in the field of literature, in the field of language, can't be ruled out. You might have read about his imitation theory. Aristotle is of the firm belief that if you want to have a complete command, a control, a grasp over this language, any language of the world, you must have an emulating, you must have an imitating capacity. You must develop it. By emulating a particular language, one can't think of having a control over that particular language. The more one practices, the more one will have. What is his intention? I make it clear, sir. Aristotle I beg your pardon, sir. Aristotle simply makes it clear that without emulating a particular language, one can't think of enriching it. So, for the students, even for the teachers, this capacity, this tendency, this skill needs to be developed. The more you emulate a particular language, the more you command it. So, you might have heard, it is customary, that when someone has his pet, a parrot, and if grandmother in the family, your grandfather recites Sitaram, Sitaram. It quite easily emulates Sitaram, Sitaram. Yes, yes. Now, self-language learning is an automatic process. It takes time. It's not an easy affair. At the same time, it is not a sparrow crow. One William Somerset Maugham, a great English novelist and essayist, is of the view that one must avoid rhetorical and bombastic language, since it mars a total aesthetic effect if someone applies rhetoric and bombastic language. It is blistered with so many errors, and the total beauty, aesthetic beauty, is gone to oblivion. So avoid it. Our Reverend second President of India, Mr. Radhakrishnan, he is considered to be one of the finest orators of the world, one amongst the 5 great orators of the world of his time. But whensoever you go through his entire philosophical works, you feel tense. You completely fail to understand what he tends to convey, since philosophy itself is a very tough subject. And apart from that, his language is so rhetorical, bombastic, and tough that he teases us. But as an orator, as I told you earlier, he is considered to be, believed to be one of the finest orators ever the world witnessed. So simple was his language. When he opened his tongue, people were mesmerized. So simple was his language that even an illiterate one could understand him quite easily. William Somerset Maugham opines that a student must focus on these 4 items at the initial stage to enrich his language. First, simplicity. The more simpler is your language, the less probability of having errors in your language. If one is caught into the mesh of rhetorical or bombastic language, one may feel frustrated, since his language is replete with so many errors, and it casts only bad impression. So avoid it. At the initial stage, at the very outset, one must strive for simplicity. It is the hallmark of your language, or should be your language. The second important thing that you find is clarity. Whatsoever you tend to write or convey should be very clear. It sounds better, but it is too tough. Of course, it is too tough. Unless one is clear in his intention, one's language can't have a clarity. Clarity should be given second importance. Next one, brevity. Brevity is yet another important fact, is another important features of this very language. straightforward. Say whatsoever you want to convey, want to say in a very straightforward manner. And the last one, he says that we must apply in our language the skill of listening, that is music. But it takes time. It's not so easy. But, says, my son, who is at present in Spain, he is named Pushpesh, but the Spanish, the people of Spain, hardly could pronounce his name. And for that very reason, he has yet another name by their own self, Pedro, since they are incapable of pronouncing Pushpesh. Let us come forward, sir. Diabetes परेशान है. Okay, sir. Sir, language learning language learning is very important. When my son was doing his postgraduate, and when he was a student of graduation in JNU, his chairperson at the very initial stage made the students know that if you want to have a control over any language of the world, be it Spanish, French, Italian, German, one must have a good command, a good hold over English language, especially for the Indian students, since they don't have our native language. English is not our native language. So if you want to enrich your language, any language of the world, you must develop your English. And to your amazement, I would make you know that we have only 8 items pertaining to this very language. And the teacher, the chairperson, Jenu, he said the very same word. My son raised his hand. He was questioned. Yes, sir, my father is also the very same view. Oh, of course, good. What your father says? Sir, my father says that, beta, if you want to have enrich your language, English, any language of the world, you must enrich your English language. And for English, you must know, you must have a good control over these 8 items. I count them, sir, one by one. And I am of the firm belief, of staunch conviction, that one retains voice and narration is suffice. 80% of English revolves around these 3 items. Apart from those 8 items, we must also have the knowledge of preposition, articles, phrases, etc., etc. But basically, these 8 items are of utmost importance, not only in our country, but I talk. Sir, our pronunciation may differ, spelling may differ. It is quite customary. It happens. But we may have races. Someone have white complex. Some have gray. some have blackish, but they have one nose, two eyes, two hands. I mean to say the basic ingredients across the world over is the same. So it's the duty of we teachers to make the students, not make, but train them about all these things. And those 8 items are tense, voice, narration, infinitive. We have 3 items in an infinitive, connected, and one important item is a phrasal verb, modal verbs. That suffice. Now, sir, let us discuss something about phonetics. I think most of the students or the participants or the teachers or the dignitaries, the signators are well acquainted with linguistic and phonetics. Linguistic, you are well known, is a scientific study of language, the science of language. Phonetics is a part of it. But I know not exactly as to why we lay emphasis on this item, that is phonetics. I fail to make out as to what purpose it would serve. You can't think of a student, suppose he don't have the phonetic knowledge, his language is not phonetically correct, he can't pass out, he can't be an IIT or a doctor or an IPS officer. To qualify those services, exams, one must have the basic, the very command of science subjects, physics, chemistry, and mathematics, biology, botany, or zoology. English would not function. Phonetics would not. Of the least importance in that very case. However, the persons of same locality, even in England, you may start to know, sir, that we have 14 dialects, local language of English. The 2 persons of London, whether they are literate ones, can't have the same pronunciation of a particular word. Of course, sir. The speech of Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister once, the Prime Minister of England, is totally different from that of his Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Geoffrey Howe. The English of Wessex is completely different from that of the people residing in Essex. In our own country, there are so many stalwarts, so many great personalities, but everyone can't be expected to have a pronunciation, a language like Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor. My intention is quite clear. One must have basic knowledge of phonetics, but to get completely messed into that quagmire is not justified. Is not justified. Correct? In phonetics, you are well known that we have phonetics is a scientific study of pronunciation, transmission, and reception of sound speech. We have 44 alphabets in English phonetics. And out of 44, we have 20 vowel phonemes, 20 vowels, and 24 consonants. Out of 20, we have 12. Out of 20 vowels, we have 12 monophthongs and 8 diphthongs. As far as consonants are concerned, we have 15 out of 24, 15 voiced consonants and 9 voiceless consonants. So, what problems and what obstacles a student faces while he is giving training or he is giving knowledge of phonetics? First, how to adopt the foreign speech sound. Second, how he will apply his own vocal organs while pronouncing a particular word. Next, hurdle that he faces as to how coordinate the different sound speech. Apart from these things, we have several problems, even the literate ones faces. So, I would not advise, but I suggest my teacher, my brothers, fellow teachers, seniors, that make the students learn the basics by practicing them. Phonetics is a matter of ear training. The more one practices, the more one will have. This is the plain dictum. By pronouncing a particular word, a teacher let the student pronounce that word by himself time and again. Mere bookish knowledge wouldn't work, wouldn't function. So, the students must have a few basic knowledge. First of all, where should R, that is phoneme raw in Hindi, be not pronounced? Simply. Simple is the rule. Any English word, if ends with R, that is R, phoneme raw, that is R. As for example, remember, we have R in the end, and before that R, phoneme R, if so that R should not be pronounced. Clear? Remember, the initial R, if a particular word begins with R, that R, phoneme R in Hindi, must be pronounced with asterisk. Remember. Difficulty is that, sir, we have in English phonetics 6 types, and sometimes you may say it is more than 6. 6. Oh. Yet another problem that a student, even a teacher, faces is length, stress, and pitch. These are the toughest things. one may have the knowledge of these things slowly and steadily by practicing. If one may not have a sensitive ear, he may be made sensitive. If someone has good ear, he may still be made more better. So, this is the duty of the teachers to practice the students particular words by pronouncing myself, yourself. Then they would memorize girl, girl, not girl, girl, girl. He doesn't have a developed mind, he wouldn't grasp the rules and regulations. The simple theory is to let them know, let the students know how they could pronounce a particular word. This is and this could be the chief but target of a teacher. So, any English word, if it ends with vowel, and before that vowel, if R phoneme raw falls, that raw should also be not pronounced. Center, we have E, and before that E, we have R. That R, that is phoneme. Phoneme is a technical name of sound, should not be pronounced. Correct. Third important thing, any English word, if it ends with R, that is phoneme raw. And before that raw or R, if a consonant falls, that R should also be not pronounced. As an example, we have arm, A-R-M. Don't pronounce it arm. No, arm, arm जो हम खाते हैं, arm, H-E-A-R-T, H-E-A-R-T, heart, गाँव में जो लगता है heart, not heart, not फलान ठिकान, heart attack. So I told you earlier that in phonetics we have 6 types of O, only 6 types of O, and some are of the views, some philologists, some linguists are of the view that it is more than that. Think what would happen to an immature brain? We must brood over it. Simpler is the trick. Pronounce those words. First of all, get attuned, get acquainted. You must learn, you must have, and then you must let them learn. For this, while pronouncing many phonemes, students, even the teachers, we also miss pronouncing those words in the right connotations. As an example, when you ask someone, what's your name? मेरा ही नाम सर फूल कुमार झा. I was facing into the board at Red Course Air Force Station in Delhi, and one of the members of the interview board questioned me, pronouncing my name, Mr. Fool Kumar Jha. I cut cross at the very same time. Sir, can you pronounce my name? Fool Kumar Jha. I am not fool. I am fool in Hindi. Fool, flower. But sir, in English, for phoneme for should be pronounced. In pronouncing that for, upper teeth is engaged with lower lip. For fan, father, flavor, salad, and likewise. So these basic things, these basic ingredients should be made aware to the students. Sir, I am thankful to my Prime Minister, Reverend Modi ji. उन्होंने एक बार हम शिक्षकों के लिए एक बात कही कि हमें बच्चों को अपनी काबिलियत, अपनी विद्वता नहीं दिखानी चाहिए. और सर, आई वॉज मेस्मराइज्ड. इसलिए नहीं कि उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी बात कही, क्योंकि मैं सर बचपन से ही जब से मैं किसी को कुछ सिखाता हूँ तो मेरी ये कोशिश रहती है कि बच्चे सीखें, मैं उनको सिखा पाऊं, ना मेरी काबिलियत को मैं दीवार को सुनाऊं. नहीं सर, यही मेरे शिक्षक वृंद में विनम्र निवेदन भी है कि वो बच्चों को सिखा दें. Don't override their scholastic vision, their scholarship, their elucidation. No, this is not the right way. Now, sir, what is the function of education? I would ask you, what is the function of education? Since one's mind varies from time to time, place to place, and person to person, but we must come to a focal point. To a focal point. And what is the function of education? We have a great educationist, Mr. J. Ramamurthy. You might have learned him, you might have learned a lot about him. In one of his literary essays, which is matchless, priceless, I would like to quote a few lines. Sir, we are born, we are admitted to schools and colleges. After completion, our education, we, through legal means, congregate some coveted degrees or diplomas. We are doctorates. And if fortune favors you, you get a job, you get married, taking dowry in abundance. You are blessed with a few children. You grow old and you die. Is this the function of education? No, sir. No. Sir, I will also quote a few lines from this great educationist. While discussing a lot of things, the pros and cons about the function of education, in one of the paragraphs of that particular essay, he opines, he tells us, he makes us know about intellectuals. Now see, for the word he says, we intellectuals, we feel scared of losing our job. We feel scared of losing our job. This is the predicament. This is the dilemma. We feel scared of what people would say. This is the problem. And in that very in the sequence, he lets us know a lot of things. And finally, what he says is noteworthy. And where there is fear, there is no intelligence. And where there is fear, there is no intelligence. Be fearless. Be fearless. I recall Kalidas. Once he was questioned. You are well known. I'll let you know about Kalidas, who he actually was. we feel pride in him. We are proud of him. Once he was questioned in the court of Chandragupta, that is Vikramaditya. When the country is living under such a precarious condition, जो अभी हमारे देश की है, what people would say, what intellectuals would say, would do. What should they do? You know what he responded? He says, Shastrein rakshite rashtre, shastra chinta pravartate. If a country is well equipped with arms and ammunition, with the people, the common ones, nationalism imbibed in them, the intellectuals would come. So, we have a lot of things to discuss with you guys, you signators, but within a very short span of time, many things have to be given to oblivion. So, I would like to let you know a few things. Sir, you are well known, you have read a lot, you might have read a lot about Bachchan Ji, the poet of Madhushala. But a few of you are known that he was a professor of English and in English. He did his doctorate from Cambridge on air, WBS. But to the common people, or even to the literate ones, he is known as a poet, a Hindi poet, a great Hindi poet of Madhushala. You might have heard a lot about Syed Ahmad Faiz. Do you know? He was a professor of English in Cambridge. But to the common mass, he is known as a great Urdu poet. Similarly, the case with Chirag Gorakhpuri. He did his post-graduation, doctorate, and so many things, but basically, he was a poet in Hindi and Urdu. So there was a time when even a singer drawbacks so far as pronunciation is concerned occurred. Naqad started Tanqeed in Urdu, Tanqeed, criticizing Naqad critics, criticizing those stalwart persons. As for example, you might have rejoiced in a Hindi song, a famous one, to Ganga ki mauj mein Jamuna ka dhara. Have you ever thought that dhara is spelling in Hindi? And here, the opening line, to Ganga ki mauj mein Jamuna ka dhara, by Shakil Badayuni. Similarly, in another film of Jai Mukherjee, we have yet another beautiful song sung by Rafi Saab. ये कहता हुआ जिंदगी का धारा है. And the people started criticizing the poet of these lyrics, since they were not the least acquainted. The Shakil was a great poet, had good knowledge of grammar. So, to your amusement, I let you know that he responded it in a seminar when this question was raised that dhara is pulling in Urdu. So enrich your knowledge to have knowledge. Sir, you are well versed in English, in this language, but sir, suppose I myself, if I am questioned, if I am asked by someone to say something about the space technology, my English would not function at all. I would remain numb and dumb. I would remain reticent. Last minute. 20 minutes. Okay. I would remain reticent. So having knowledge of a particular subject is of utmost importance. Focus will be given to it. Acquire knowledge. And knowledge acquiring is not so easy. You must consult books. Sir, I have brought with me a book. You may see on your screen, The Discovery of India by Nehruji. The Discovery of India by Nehruji, and in the back get-up, we have a great classical letter written by Einstein to Nehruji. You may question me, sir, but for what? Simple is the answer, sir. We have in this very classic letter 6 or 7 sentences. 3 beings present perfect. 2 beings simple present. Or you may say present indefinite. And the last one, this one, is a beautiful example of passive-passive. And with the help of only these 6 or 7 lines, using only simple present or present perfect tense, Einstein has written a great classical literature. Things, we know a lot of things, right, since our early childhood. What problems we face to overcome? This is the problem. This is the problem. So far as grammar is concerned, you may start to know that it is also replete with. It is also blistered with so many confusions. Let the students diffuse them, first of all. Sir, if I say, sir, ये पागल है क्या sir? You may call me a lunatic. खिसका हुआ व्यक्ति आप कह सकते हैं क्योंकि आपने नहीं पढ़ा है. But if you go through a classic work of Stevenson, The Kidnapped, one of his finest literary works, you come across this sentence more than 30 times. Says I. This is the beauty. I says, or says I, both is the same. So tonal modulation may differ. Now, if you say, I write, someone raises question. %90 उपयोग हो चुका है आपका. अच्छा, ये हो गया है, उल्टा हो गया है. Okay. I beg your pardon, sir, for interruption. Sir, grammar has many confusing items. Grammar is simply a treatise, not an apparusa written by God. No, it is written by man or men in different ages. Grammar is of utmost importance. Its knowledge is essential, is a must for the students. But grammar alone is not suffice, since it is the desire of certain rules and regulations. If you confine a language to the rules and regulations of grammar, you can't think of expressing yourself in the right way. So you might have witnessed on your TV screen or while traveling in buses some films. उसके नीचे क्लिपिंग्स में उसका अंग्रेजी तर्जुमा भी आता रहता है. जिस तरह आप गौर करेंगे, the dialogues delivered by the actors and actresses or different characters are totally different from the translation that is coming there on the clips. Grammar has certain loopholes. We have been taught since our early childhood that for a sentence, subject and predicate is a must. No, no at all. NOT is a sentence in itself. EBER. This is that way sentence. We have yet another sentence. Later on, we have yet another sentence. In the middle, full stop, EBER, full stop, EBER. Go through the works of Nadim Godimer, and you will get acquainted with these things. The more you learn, the more you study. Study is a must. Learn from the scholars, from the great writers. Develop this tendency. Learn them, and steadily and slowly one would flourish. One skill. It is not so easy. It come by time. It will come by time. What do you think? It comes to you, or it will come to you within a very short span of time. You are ahead of this no. No. Go through between the lines. I recall, and I quote him, I cite him, quoted, some books are to be tested, others to be swallowed, and some few are to be chewed and digested. So, Milton, a great omnivorous reader, a great poet, at the same time, a great omnivorous reader as he was well versed, not only in English, but also in Greek and Latin. And whatsoever he learned in Greek and Latin, he emulated those styles while composing the Paradise Lost. He was not the least ruffled as to what people would say. People would raise question. No. Why do you raise question? ये क्वेश्चन रेज करने की बीमारी हमारे देश में है. ये बोल रहा है गलती खाली अंग्रेजी बोलता है. No. गलती लिखने पर खोजी जाए, बच्चों को बोलने का प्रोत्साहन दिया जाए. Now, sir, while studying Greek and Latin, the classics of the world, Milton came across, we simply say, the use of adjective. We simply say or read since our childhood. She is a good girl. What is all there? She is a girl good, meaning thereby adjective was used after noun, not before noun. And in abundance, he emulated those styles in his great epic, The Paradise Lost. We must also learn them and apply them without a bit hesitation. Unflinchingly go ahead. Don't feel bogged down. And to cater these purposes, one will have to study more. Sir Francis Bacon says, sir, he was given the coveted knighthood title. He says, craftsmen condemn studies. Simple men admire them. Wise men use them. So use those things that you go through while studying work of arts. That will enrich your language. But it takes time. मैंने मैट्रिक करी, पढ़ाना शुरू कर दिया, बच्चों को started earning our livelihood. It's not wrong. मैं उस पर नहीं कुछ कह रहा था. पहले टीचर बनी है, फिर पढ़ाई. सर, ये विद्वान शब्द थोड़ा सा मैं हिंदी में भी कुछ विद्वान शब्द बहुत बुरी तरह से हमारे यहाँ इसका इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, जिसको देखिए विद्वान कहा जाता है. सर, I recall my early career when I was earning, I already had got married, blessed with children. So I was stuck to Bedi Public School, Patna. Later I shifted from there to +2 IPS, इंडियन वो क्या नाम है उनका, वो क्या नाम है, संत महात्मा जी हैं, सुदर्शन साहब, सर, आई रिकॉल, उनका पुराना विद्यालय. तो हमारे डायरेक्टर के लिए भी 15 अगस्त और गणतंत्र दिवस के दिन प्रिंसिपल साहिबा उठती थी, शुरू करती थी, मान शिक्षाविद, मान शिक्षाविद, और डायरेक्टर साहब का नाम I know not exactly what was the reason. Sir, I recall a few words. My instinct. You may get started. Started, I use here, sir. Start is the word that is used simply for to begin. No, sir. This word was originated by Shakespeare himself, and in a different context. In a different context. To start means to get started, to get surprised. But we already have a mist. Sir, when Einstein, the great scientist, made an elopement from Germany to America, since there was invasion on Jewish community, he hadn't had completed his graduation. He was simply merely a student of graduation. And there in America, he gave the formula, EC square. Later on, Otto Hahn designed it, and we have the catastrophic effect of that atom bomb. This great personality, a great stalwart, is of the opinion, the more I know and the more yet to know. What can P.K. Jha? What can you? What can they would say about themselves? Sir, we are merely a student, and we must have this very sense imbibed in our blood. Think only that we are the learner. If you think you are a Vidwan, so-called, say, go through the works of Nehruji. This one is here. His entire works. See his writing skill. See his writing skill. He is simply a graduate. He is BSc. Thank you, sir. For interpretation, I beg your pardon. So, these are few drawbacks. Teacher, sir, learning
Honorable trainer, Mr. Phul Kumar ji, is there any problem with you? Or have you completed your lecture today? Your voice is not audible, sir. Honorable anchor, please come in your role. Lakshmikant Haji, Honorable anchor, please. Over to you. Just wait, sir. Lakshmikant ji, please, over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot to sir. Honorable trainer. He has guided us the different aspect of literature, language. He has focused on the importance of studies. In course of his teaching, he imparted on the importance of studies. He also mentioned Francis Bacon's. He mentioned the importance of phonetics and also the importance of grammar. Thanks a lot, sir, for such a nice guidance. Now I will request Honorable Kshetriya Sachiv Mahoday, Shri Mukesh Nandan ji, for his presidential address. All of the participants are eagerly waiting for your presidential address, sir. Shri Mukesh Nandan ji.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। लोक शिक्षा समिति बिहार की ओर से आयोजित इस अंग्रेजी संभाषण प्रशिक्षण वर्ग में उपस्थित हमारे श्री नकुल कुमार शर्मा जी, अन्य अधिकारी वृंद और पूरे लोक शिक्षा समिति से लगभग 85 संस्थान में उपस्थित अपने अंग्रेजी विषय के आचार्य बंधु भगिनी सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। अभी बहुत ही अच्छा सत्र चल रहा था, लेकिन इंटरनेट के व्यवधान के कारण इसमें कुछ रुकावट आ गई और जो हमारे फूल कुमार झा जी थे वो लिंक से लगता है कि कट गए, फिर उनका मार्गदर्शन नहीं मिल पाया। तो यह 3 दिनों का यह अंग्रेजी संभाषण वर्ग का आयोजन किया जा रहा है। हम जानते हैं कि कोरोना काल में हम एक विपरीत परिस्थिति का सामना कर रहे हैं। सभी शिक्षण संस्थान बंद हैं, सारे संस्थान खुल चुके हैं, लेकिन शैक्षिक संस्थान केवल बंद है। और अभी सरकार की ओर से यह भी आदेश आया है कि एकादश और द्वादश के भैया बहनों का विद्यालय प्रारंभ किया जाए 50% की उपस्थिति के साथ। मुझे ध्यान में आता है जब प्रथम लॉकडाउन हुआ था और घोषणा हो गई कि अभी लॉकडाउन रहेगा, ऐसी परिस्थिति में बहुत सारे विद्यालयों में परीक्षाफल भी वितरण नहीं हो पाया था और विद्यालय बिल्कुल एकदम ठप पड़ गया। हम लोगों ने योजना बनाई कि आखिर करना क्या है। फिर एक माध्यम आया नजर में हम लोग को कि ऑनलाइन के माध्यम से हम कुछ कार्य करें। तो प्रथम लॉकडाउन में हम लोगों ने इसको योजना बना करके आगे बढ़ा आप लोग, तो उसमें लगभग 50 से 60% ही भैया बहन अपीयर हो पाए। और साथ ही साथ बिल्कुल नया चीज़ था हमारे आचार्य के लिए भी, हमारे प्रधानाचार्य के लिए भी, हम लोगों के लिए भी, कि ऑनलाइन क्लासेस कैसे करेंगे। पहले हम लोग सुनते थे वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग करके हम लोग मीटिंग कर रहे हैं, सरकार की ओर से आयोजित हो रहा है। तो हम लोग इससे बिल्कुल अनभिज्ञ थे, लेकिन धीरे धीरे करके इसमें हमें सफलता मिली और हमारे आचार्य, प्रधानाचार्य, हमारे पूर्णकालिक सभी लोग धीरे धीरे इससे प्रशिक्षित हुए। और अब धारा प्रवाह सभी प्रकार के प्रशिक्षण वर्गों का आयोजन हो रहा है, बैठकों का आयोजन हो रहा है, कार्यशाला का आयोजन हो रहा है, गोष्ठियों का आयोजन हो रहा है। और तो और अभी भैया बहनों के लिए एक बहुत ही बड़ा कार्यक्रम आप लोगों के द्वारा प्रस्तुत किया गया, वो व्यक्तित्व विकास महोत्सव, उसमें भी मेरी कहीं न कहीं सहभागिता रही थी। तो ऐसा देखकर लगता है कि अब ऑनलाइन हम लोग के लिए कोई नया चीज नहीं है, पुराना हो गया है, इससे हम सभी अवगत हो गए हैं। जब प्रारंभ हुआ था तो म्यूट करना, अनम्यूट करना, ये सब भी दिक्कत होती थी, कई आवाजें एक साथ आती थी। आज शांतिपूर्वक सभी कक्षाएं चल रही हैं। लेकिन हम कह सकते हैं कि जो प्रत्यक्ष कक्षा अध्यापन होता है, प्रशिक्षण वर्ग का आयोजन होता है, उसकी तुलना हम ऑनलाइन से नहीं कर सकते हैं। ये हमारा विकल्प नहीं है, लेकिन हमारी मजबूरी है कि साल भर से किसी भी प्रकार का प्रशिक्षण नहीं हुआ, हमारे आचार्यों को कुछ न कुछ लाभ मिले, इसको ध्यान में रखते हुए योजना बनाई गई और उस योजना के अंतर्गत सभी लोगों को जोड़ा गया और कुछ न कुछ हमारे आचार्य बंधु, हमारे भैया बहन, सबको कुछ न कुछ मिले। ये सबको ध्यान में रखते हुए इस प्रकार के वर्गों का आयोजन किया जा रहा है। केवल लोक शिक्षा समिति में ही नहीं, बल्कि दक्षिण बिहार में और झारखंड में भी इस प्रकार के कई कार्यक्रमों का, कई प्रशिक्षण वर्गों का, कई गोष्ठियों का आयोजन हो रहा है। अब आगे सरकार क्या योजना बनाती है, ऑफलाइन कब से प्रारंभ होगा, ये कहा नहीं जा सकता है। लेकिन केंद्र सरकार के द्वारा यह भी आ रहा है कि तीसरी लहर आ रही है और उससे बच्चे सबसे अधिक प्रभावित होंगे। और ये लहर बताया जा रहा है कि केरल में ये अभी आ चुका है, कुछ मरीज सब मिलने शुरू हो गए हैं। तो इससे भी हम लोग को सतर्क रहना है। अपने प्रधानमंत्री जी का भी उद्बोधन हुआ था पूर्वोत्तर के राज्यों के मुख्यमंत्रियों के साथ। उन्होंने कहा कि इसको हम लोग सरलता से नहीं लेना है, गंभीरता से लेना है। तो वो भी हम लोग को का भी यह दायित्व होता है कि इसको हम लोग सामान्य ढंग से नहीं लेकर के गंभीरता पूर्वक इसको लें। और हो सकता है कि विद्यालय खुलने में और भी थोड़ा विलम्ब हो जाए, तो हो जाएगा, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं। इतना दिन हुआ है तो कुछ दिन और होगा। तो अभी के इस 3 दिनों के अभी आचार्यों का जो प्रशिक्षण वर्ग का आयोजन किया गया है, इसमें आप सभी ने हमें बुलाया भी है। तो मेरी शुभकामनाएं हैं कि इस प्रशिक्षण वर्ग के माध्यम से हमारे सभी आचार्य लोग कुछ तरोताजा हो जाएं। तो कुछ ना कुछ मार्गदर्शक लोग हैं, प्रशिक्षण देने वाले एक्सपर्ट सब हैं, उन लोगों के माध्यम से कुछ न कुछ जानकारी हो रही है। लेकिन अभी जो सत्र चला है वह बिल्कुल ही एक पक्षीय चला। इसमें थोड़ा सा प्रश्नोत्तर भी रखना चाहिए समय, ताकि जो भी हमारे आचार्यों के मन में शंका समाधान है वो प्रश्नोत्तर के माध्यम से पूर्ण कर सकें। तो एक छोटा सा सुझाव है और इस वर्ग में आप सभी ने मुझे बुलाया, इसके लिए हम सबको धन्यवाद देते हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
थैंक यू। नाउ शशिकांत चौधरी जी। शशिकांत चौधरी जी।
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are clearly audible.
Okay, thank you. Namaskar. On behalf of the English Department of Lok Shiksha Samiti, I extend a really heartfelt vote of thanks to all the dignitaries present here. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of all who worked hard to make this event a successful one. I thank to our chief guest, Mr. Phul Kumar Jhaji, our valued guest, Mr. Phul Kumar Jhaji, who spent his busiest time to grace the occasion. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will certainly show us few path in future. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and shower a new path, sir. Really, whatever I will say about you will be less than you deserve. I am grateful to our Kshetri Sachiv, Mr. Mukesh Nandan ji, and among us, Mr. Dilip Kumar Jhaji is present. We are very lucky to have a versatile person like him among us. Sir, your thoughts have enlightened our minds and shower us a new path. This type of events can't happen overnight. The wheels start moving about a month ago. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to record my heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Nakul Sharma ji, without whose contribution this type of program was not able to be fulfilled. For the right logistic support and guidance of his work, we all are really grateful to you. I also thank to Lalit Kumar Rai ji, Praveen Chand Misra ji, Ranjan ji, LK Jha ji, Shashank ji, Akhilesh ji, and many more are there who all contributed, who all gave the time to make this program a successful one. Finally, I would like to take this grateful opportunity to record my heartiest thanks and also gratitude to Almighty God for making today's event a successful one. By His blessing and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. Really, thanks, a lot of thanks to you all who did a lot to give a good performance to make this program a successful one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shashikant Chaudhary ji. Now, the time is going to be over, and it is the time for Shanti Mantra. And I would request Sachidanand ji, Barhan Gopal for Shanti Mantra. Sachidanand ji from Barhan Gopal.
सच्चिदानंद जी अनम्यूट कीजिए खुद को.
Can I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
So,
रंजन जी,
शांति मंत्र.
रंजन जी,
जी श्रीमान.
हाँ सर, अभी रुकिए, शांति मंत्र से पहले मैं एक सूचना अपना दूंगा.
सच्चिदानंद जी थोड़ा सा प्रतीक्षा किया जाए. माननीय प्रदेश सचिव महोदय जी कुछ सूचनार्थ उपस्थित हो रहे हैं.
ओके सर, ओके.
सभी आचार्य के लिए सूचना है. कक्षा 9th 10th 11th 12 इनके बच्चों के लिए 18 तारीख को काउंसलिंग एंड गाइडेंस का कार्यक्रम शुरू होगा. ये कार्यक्रम अपने क्षेत्र के पूर्व साज के सह प्रमुख आलोक तिवारी के द्वारा आयोजित होगा। समय की सूचना बाद में दी जाएगी। तो आप सभी से निवेदन है कि गूगल फॉर्म पर आप अपने इन बच्चों का पंजीयन करा दे। जिनका पंजीयन होगा तो उनको ही सीधे आईडी और उनके साहित्य भेजे जाएंगे। इसलिए अभी बहुत कम पंजीयन हुआ है, अभी समय है। 18 तारीख को ये कार्यक्रम प्रारंभ होगा, इसलिए सारे बच्चों को ये काउंसलिंग एंड गाइडेंस का बहुत ही अच्छा प्रोग्राम है। अपने जीवन में बहुत अच्छा क्या कर सकते हैं, हमारी दिशा क्या होगी, सारी बातों को ऑनलाइन प्रशिक्षण में बताया जाएगा। इसलिए अधिक से अधिक भैया बहन को पंजीयन कराए, ये मेरा निवेदन है। धन्यवाद।
माननीय सच्चिदानंद जी, आचार्य जी, माननीय सच्चिदानंद जी, माननीय प्रदेश सचिव महोदय जी की सूचना समाप्त हो चुकी है। अब आप शांति मंत्र हेतु उपस्थित हो जाएं। अनम्यूट किया जाए सच्चिदानंद महोदय जी।
Can I audible, sir?
यस सर, यू आर ऑडिबल।
सावधान, शांति मंत्र। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति।